Hello, give me 1 second. It has been a very long time since I've streamed. Alright. Think we are ready to rock and roll. Now, if there's any issues on the sound end, please let me know. Yeah, so let's get into it. This could be an absolute train wreck, or this could be maybe I'll start doing more live streams. We'll see how this goes. Bada boom.
Thank you very much. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And
Sorry, I just have nothing to say yet, but I'm sure I will at some point.
frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond.
Yeah, because it's been filled with lies and cheating and nonsense.
And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our.
We're gonna do that by getting rid of trans rights and deporting people who live here. Can't be the only one, bro. Can't be the only one who feels this way.
Country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And
We're gonna fix everything. I don't have any plans to discuss with you about it, but we're just gonna magically fix everything because if I say it, everyone believes it.
we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is
Did we? But I thought the election was gonna be rigged. I'm so confused.
now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Wow.
But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president.
Have you seen the people, the one issue Democrat voters who are out here like, I voted for Trump, but I did it because trans people exist? And they're women. And it's so funny. It's like they're so concerned about women when it comes to trans issues, but they don't give a shit about women when it comes to abortions. I don't understand it. I will never understand it. I will never understand why women are against the right for another woman to choose. You just must have such a privileged life that like you just ooh, sorry. Get used to the setup.
And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve.
Which is what? Taking away rights from gay people? Like, taking away rights from women? Is that how we are prosperous and happy? I truly don't understand.
This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
We'll see.
This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again. Oh,
Was it great during his first term? I mean, was it like seriously? Because like, you know what bothers me is it's not the 4 years that are to come. It's the decades that we're gonna have to deal with this. Like, he has the three judges that he appointed last time, which like is already a problem. Like he got three. Obama was supposed to get one, and they didn't give it to him. There's so much corruption, bro. Like I'm not saying the Democrats don't have their issues, because like we saw what they did to Bernie Sanders, and I think that's a lot of reason why Democrats don't go out and vote, because they feel like there's like no point, which leads to issues with like the electoral college. And I think a lot of things need to be changed and looked at, because I think a lot of things favor the right, and because of that, like the right doesn't want those things to change, like the electoral college and such.
And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes. But
Wouldn't it be really funny if the Democrats did what Trump did like the past 4 years, about talking about how the election's rigged, it's fake, it's conspiracy, do a recount, waste time, waste money, waste resources. I think the issue is on the left side. People, you could already see people on the left are like, the election's not rigged. It's not, like, because we have logic. But
it's much easier doing what the networks did, or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that.
just to be clear, I don't doubt any of that. I think a large reason why Kamala Harris lost is because she's a woman. I think a lot of people in this country, for some reason, don't think a woman can run for anything or be important or enough to. Sorry, I'm like really nervous because I haven't done this in a very long time. But basically, what I'm trying to say is people don't think a woman can run the country because they think women are like they have these old, dated views on what a woman can do. I mean, let's not forget the Queen exists, or excuse me, she existed. She obviously passed away. But did anybody think Britain was like weak because they had the Queen, or does anybody think doesn't Germany have a female leader, or they did at least? I mean, like, this is an us problem. This is a USA problem. This is, we in this country think women aren't capable of running things, which is weird. Like I saw a video of a guy who said that women can't be in charge because of the Bible, and that because Eve ate the apple or something, that this is why like, my guy, first of all, like, I don't even want to break that down because there's so many issues with it, but like, if this is what we're going on, this is why women can't. We need something. We definitely need to keep religion out of politics, but that doesn't ever seem to happen. It just keeps getting stronger, and I don't really understand why. But let's continue the video. Sorry, I'm like nervous. I'm messing with my nails. I'm a mess. Thank
you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Winning the popular vote was very nice. Very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room. with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people.
I have a serious question. You could post this down below, or if you're watching this, you could post it in the thing, or if I end up posting it separately. Hold on 1 second. Jeez. I'm so sorry about that. I have two. Okay, so before we continue, just so y'all understand what's going on, I have 4 dogs, 2 of whom are very, very, very old, very disabled. One's blind and deaf, and the other one has a heart condition. And you know, they bump into each other, or the other dogs, and they get into a disagreement. It's like having babies. But we can continue now. I'm so sorry. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I'm so sorry.
America has given us an unprecedented.
I remember, if you are, like I discussed earlier, if you were a Democrat and you're a woman and you were a one-issue voter and you voted based off of trans people existing, I would love to hear from you and why it is that you feel that trans people existing is a more important issue to you for women than a woman's right to choose. I truly would love the answer to that, and I would really appreciate it if that answer did not involve religion. It's just, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
And powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada.
That means that like everything he wants should ultimately pass. This is like a issue we have a lot of the time, is like if there's a Democrat president and the Senate is Republican, like nothing passes, and vice versa. So I mean, like he has much more chance of actually passing things with the Senate on his side.
Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much.
It's weird. He calls it the MAGA movement, but like he makes it sound like it's a separate entity to himself. Like they're his people. I don't understand why he makes it seem like he's not associated with it. That's strange to me.
And in those cases, every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races, and I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies. We did tele-rallies with each one of them, and sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that, nobody. So I just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives.
Again, that's a good thing for him. Just like vice versa, same thing as the Senate. He has a much higher chance of things passing, etc., etc. With that said, I swear on my life, if Giuliani is pardoned or anything like that, I will have a meltdown. As you get to know me, you will know that one person that I dislike more than anyone else on this planet is Giuliani. Excuse me, Giuliani. He is a piece of shit. I mean, if we're being honest, I'm a my family was involved with a bunch of things from the 80s and the corruption in New York and stuff. It was just one of just one of the people that for families that was involved in that, and Giuliani had a big part in kind of like ruining my family, and I have no family left that was involved in that. And yeah, it's in a book, it's a whole thing. But yeah, let's continue. I'm sorry.
And I want to thank Mike Johnson. I think he's doing a terrific job. Terrific job. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady.
High-key kind of curious about Melania and how she's gonna be involved in this particular 4 years. And I say that because, like, I'm pretty sure in her book recently she said she felt women had a right to choose. So I'm curious how that is going to impact Trump. I mean, he said he was going to leave it to the states, so I'm still not sure. But it's so interesting that the First Lady would have a different perspective politically than the president. Interesting.
Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that?
I'm curious.
Oh, no, she's done a great job. Works very hard. Works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, there's Laura, Jared.
Right, he's got a small army. What the hell? I didn't realize. What the hell?
Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great.
What the? Bruh, that's a lot of kids.
My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous. And we miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss Amalia, don't we, huh? She would be very happy right now, standing on this stage. She'd be so proud. She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman.
I don't know what that means to him. I I don't know what a good person is to him, because like he doesn't apparently think, well, I know he said something about, see, I don't know, but he made an address about trans people and them being able to, like, but I don't know, it wasn't clear if he was just speaking about minors. If somebody can specify that, if you're watching, that would be dope.
I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance.
Can we just take a moment and remember that Pence is not running with him this time? And why? And that an insurrection happened? Can we just a moment of silence?
And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Ushabez. And he is a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp, and you know.
Does it matter? Like when I mean, how often did, I think Kamala's husband's name is Doug. How often did we see him, like, ever? Who cares? Like, who cares about the spouse of the vice president? Because we barely see them anyway.
You know, the enemy camp is certain networks and A lot of people don't like this. Sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay. Which one? CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks like he's like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it, and then he just goes in and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words.
Wow. Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
Fascinating, because I thought the system was rigged. I thought they were gonna say that, I mean, like, would they have said it was rigged if they lost? Because I feel like they would have. I don't feel like I feel like it's so interesting that all of a sudden the system is rigged because things went the way we wanted.
And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Well, we're gonna put those tariffs that are gonna make everything more expensive. I don't understand, like, what people think is gonna happen in general. And I don't understand how they're fighting for our rights and our freedoms and all these things by, like, taking rights and freedoms away from people. It doesn't make sense to me.
Thank you very much. He's turned out to be a good choice. I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was. I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets, and we love.
Yeah, a person who literally was against you initially. I mean, like, again, Pence.
The family, and we're going to have a great 4 years, and we're going to turn our country around, make it something very special. It lost that little.
How?
It lost that little.
How? Specify.
That little thing called special. We have to make it so. We're going to make this so great. It's the greatest.
What does that mean? You
country
can't just say we're going to make things great and things are going to be better over and over again and make it, and that makes it happen. That's not how things work. It only says we're going to make things better. Things are going to be great. You're going to see how wonderful. For your future, for your kids, things are going to be great. What does that mean? Like, it's all well and good to say that, but there's nothing behind it. And, like, everybody eats it up. I just do not understand it at all.
Potentially the greatest country in the world by far, and right now we're going to just work very hard to get all of that back. We're going to make it the best it's ever been. We can do that. If we had to wait longer, I don't know. It was.
You know what it is? I think maybe because I'm originally from New York and I feel like other New Yorkers would understand this, but it's like you meet these people, like specifically in New York, and they just kind of just talk like this. Like everything's just great and fantastic, you know, blah, blah, blah. They talk big, but there's nothing like behind it. Like they talk up a big game, but like they deliver, like they make you think great, like the charisma, 10 out of 10 out of 10. But like the fact we shouldn't be voting for people solely based on charisma, because that's not how charisma is good. It's a great thing. It makes people like you. That's the point. But like Hitler was charismatic, like
going bad, and it was going bad fast. We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. Let me also express my tremendous appreciation for Susie and Chris, the job you did. Susie, come, Susie, come here. Come here, Susie. Chris, come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay sort of in the back, let me tell you. The Ice Maiden, we call her the Ice Maiden.
It's just made me kind of call her up there like a dog. Come here, Susie. Come on.
Come here, Chris. Chris, come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay in the background. She's not in the background.
Well, that's kind of cute. We love healthy relationships.
This wasn't
in this
expected,
house.
but I just want to thank, obviously, President Trump for this journey. It was a great one, and he's a hell of a candidate, and he's going to be a hell of a great 47th president. And this team that we had, the best team, and, of course, even my boss, Susie Wiles, the best. Thank you.
Ooh, that's cute. I'm glad. Maybe I don't know enough about
Thank
them
you,
to
and
really have an
thank you,
opinion.
Susie. Look at her. She's shot. I've never seen her be shot before. Susie.
Is her shirt see-through?
They're great.
Like,
Everybody up here
is it sheer? Like, is she wearing this woman on the side there? Is that a sheer top? Because that's just classy.
great. Everybody up here is very special. But the Trump, who did you say? Oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon.
Oh my God.
Now he is.
Imagine. I can't believe anyone respects him, first of all, in our year 2024, after all the damage he's done on, like, I'm calling it Twitter. I do not care. Like, yikes.
Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together tonight. You know, he spent 2 weeks in Philadelphia and different parts of Pennsylvania campaigning. You know, he sent the rocket up.
You know, I think if somebody like shot somebody in cold blood right in front of him, and they turned around and said, "I am such a big supporter of you. You're the most wonderful man on the planet." I feel like Trump would be like, "Wow, what a great guy." Like, I feel like that's all it takes. That's it. That's all it takes. It's very not what the leader of the country should be like. It's not the personality we should be uplifting. I don't.
2 weeks ago, and I saw that rocket, and I saw it coming down. I saw it. It was, when it left, it was beautiful, shiny white. When it came down, it didn't look so pretty. It was going 10,000 miles an hour, and it was burning like hell. I said, "What happened to your paint job?" He said, "We've never made a paint that could withstand that kind of heat." And but I saw it come down and turn around, and it was, you know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down, and you saw that.
What are we talking about? What does this have to do with anything, bro?
Fire burning, and I'm saying only Elon can do this. It must be an Elon. And I tell the story. I told it last night.
Guys, I gotta put this up faster, because if he's just gonna ramble like a 78-year-old man, then we need to boost that speed.
I had a man on the phone. I had the screen muted, no sound. I was talking to a very important man, happens to be here. And a very important guy, one of the most important people in, I would say, the country, actually. But, you know, I was president, and now it looks like I was going to be maybe president again, so I figured I could ask him to hold. So I asked him to hold. And especially because you're going to be president again, they hold. So I took the phone down, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm seeing this crazy thing that's going around and coming down. It looks like it's going to crash into the gantry. And I said, "Oh, no." And I said, "Do me a favor, do you mind holding for a couple of minutes?"
What does this have to do with the price of beans, as they say? But I was just noticing his stand. It says Trump will, but like not in bold letters, fix it. So Trump fix it. But what's the will stand? Like, is the will special? Or is it like the unimportant part of that? Or what? I just noticed that. Like, what does that mean? Fix what? Oh, fix the economy? Okay.
I want to see this. I thought it was a space age movie or something. I put the phone down, but I didn't pick it up for 45 minutes, and he was holding. But this spaceship came down, and I saw those engines firing, and it looked like it was over. It was going to smash. And then I saw the fire pour out from the left side, and I put it straight, and it came down so gently, and then it wrapped those arms around it, and it held it, and just like you hold your baby at night, your little baby. And it was a beautiful thing to see, and I called Elon. I said, Elon, was that you?
Why is he glazing Elon Musk in this so hard, bro? Like, was he just his #1 donor? And he's like, bro, like Elon was like, can you just put in a good word for me, bro, when you do your speech?
He said, yes, it was. I said, who else can do that? Can Russia do it? No. Can China do it? No. Can the United States do it other than you? No. Nobody.
Okay, so he's taking Elon Musk's word on anything he says. It's possible that what he's saying is true, but like, maybe Elon Musk isn't the source you should be asking on this. I feel like this is bigger. Those things are bigger than Elon Musk. Just because Elon Musk has a lot of money. This is kind of the thing. It's like these people feel like just because certain people have a lot of money, that they must be intelligent or things like that. Like, people are born most of these people are born into money, so they don't really have to be intelligent or smart or anything. They could just spend money and keep spending money and throwing shit at the wall until
He can do that. I said, that's why I love you, Elon. That's great. And you know, when we had the tragic Hurricane Helene, and it hit North Carolina, they were really devastated. The water, this was a big water, as big as we've ever seen, water hurricane. It built lakes out of nothing. Fields became lakes, and the danger was unbelievable. And the people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon, and I'll tell you what, he had, and it was very dangerous. People would die. They had no communication. All the wires were down. I called Elon Musk. I said, Elon, you have something called Starlink. Is that right? Yes, I do. What the hell is it? He said, it's a communication system. That's very good. I said, Elon, they need it really, really badly in North Carolina. Can you get it? He had that there so fast. It was incredible.
why did he need Trump to tell him this? Why is it something that's already been... It's so obvious. Like, everything's a political freaking game. Like, it's... I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Like, there was no reason... If Elon Musk was so caring and thoughtful and all this, he would already been doing this. He wouldn't need this... glaze fest.
Incredible. So, and it was great. It saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives. But he's a character. He's a special guy. He's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses. We don't have that many of them.
Just because someone's rich doesn't make them a genius. This is important. There are poor geniuses. I'm pretty sure... Oh, gosh. Off the top of my head, right this second, don't remember. But I know a lot of... Most geniuses were not rich because people thought they were insane. So...
We have to protect our super geniuses. I want to thank some of the guys. You know, we have up here today the U.S. Open champion. He's a fantastic golfer, slightly longer than me.
You know what doesn't make someone a genius? Naming their child numbers and symbols. That is probably something that doesn't make them a genius.
A little bit longer than me. Just a little bit. Bryson DeChambeau is up here sometimes. What happened to Bryson? Where is he? Bryson! Oh, he was shot. He's hitting balls. Oh, he's on the way. He's hitting balls.
Good golfing.
Bryson. Oh, look at him. Oh. He's got a great career going. Great U.S. Open, Bryson. That's a fantastic job.
Well, at least we know the next 2 videos I'm going to watch are like half the length of this.
And we also have Dana White, who has done some job.
Oh my god, you know what they should do? They should totally have, you know how like at the Academy Awards, like when they want people to wrap up and just start blasting like some patriotic music, like, okay, good. Welcome. Goodbye.
He's a tough guy. So Dana started UFC and came to me, do you mind if I use your... Nobody wanted to give him Marines because they said it's a rough sport, a little rough. And I helped him out a little bit, and I went, and I said, this is the roughest sport I've ever seen, but I began to like it, and he loved it, and nobody's done a better job in sports. And you know, he's a very...
Bro, I'm just going to start talking about literally everybody like this. Nobody's better at this. Nobody's this. Everybody's this. What a wonderful thing. Blah, 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 blah. Like, oh my God, bro.
Motivational kind of a guy. What he does, he gets these fighters and they really go at it, and it's become one of the most successful sports enterprises anywhere at any time. It's doing so well. I'd like to ask Danny just to say a couple of words because people love to hear from him. Ben, please.
Nobody deserves this more than him, and nobody deserves this more than his family does.
Tell me
This is
why.
what happens when the machine.
Why do they deserve it the most? Tell me. Please. Like, elaborate. Nobody wants to elaborate on anything. Everybody just says things, but they don't elaborate on what any of it means. Why do they deserve it the most? Because they're rich? Like, there's no substance.
Comes after you. What you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit.
What did they do against him? They if the system was rigged, he would have lost, bro. Like, come on.
He's the most resilient, hard-working man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve
Karma for what? Like, if this wasn't rigged, it wasn't rigged before. We are aware of this. We understand that. They admit that this was all bullshit. So they've been basically working on getting to this point for all of these years. But this is warrants this fucking like underdog shit. Like the fact that they have to go to a billionaire, right? And then like they do everything in their power to try to make them seem like they're the underdog, and people eat it up. I don't get it.
it as a family. I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelk Boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bustin' with the Boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan.
Not the streamers, bro. Not the streamers. Do you remember when everybody got really mad at like Taylor Swift and shit for endorsing Kamala Harris or whatever? They're like, don't get into politics, blah, blah, blah. And everybody said she was guaranteed shoo-in winner because of this. Do you remember that? Pepperidge Farm remembers. No, but imagine in our year 2024 that during a presidential victory speech, we'd be thanking Aiden Ross. Why don't we also thank Andrew Tate and Sneeko while we're at it?
And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
Oh, we should also be thanking Dick Fuentes. I forgot.
That is a piece of work. No, he's really an amazing guy. But most of all, I want to thank the millions of hardworking Americans across the nation who have always been the heart and soul of this really great movement. We've been through so much together, and today you showed up in record numbers to deliver a victory.
2 million less than last time. To the, something like 13 million Democrats that didn't go to the polls for some reason this time. So I don't really understand. Like, obviously last time we had COVID, so this makes sense as to why there's such a dip in people that voted and stuff, because everybody was home. But this time, I would love to understand, like, the Republicans went out to vote. Like I said, he only got 2 million less than last time. My nose ring is being stupid. 2 million less than last time, and then, like, millions less the Democrats didn't go out. Why? Like, did they really just dislike Harris that much? And then to that end, why? And like, why did they not? I have to wonder if it was kind of like, I know Hillary won the popular vote that was it 2016, something like that. I have to think, you know, my brain just she won the popular vote last time, and I remember during that election, everybody thought, like, people thought they didn't need to go out and vote because they thought there was no way Trump was going to win. It was almost like a meme at the time. And everybody's like, oh, she's going to win. It's going to be like a shoo-in. And I have to wonder if that happened again. And if that happened again, like, bro, y'all okay? Like, I don't understand. And you know what's weird, too, is like, there was less. Like, there was the amounts we said before. But where are all the new voters? Where's, what is it? Not Gen, is it Gen Z that would be voting this time? I think so. Like, it's just odd to me. Like, where were all those voters? Did they not go out and vote? I don't know. The numbers don't make sense to me on both sides. I just don't get it.
Like really, I probably like no other. This was something special, and we're gonna pay you back. We're gonna do the best job. We're gonna turn it around. It's got to be turned around. It's got to be turned around fast, and we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna do it in every way with so many.
You ever be in a bad relationship and somebody says to you, "Oh, everything's gonna change. I'm gonna do better. It's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be wonderful," and then like everything is just like not.
Ways, but we're going to do it in every way. This will
People talk
forever
a
be
big
remembered
game.
as the day the American people regained control of their country.
Okay.
So I just want to say that on behalf of this great group of people, these are hardworking people. These are fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came in, and he's going to help make America healthy again.
What does that mean? Is anybody? I don't know if I have any viewers, but like, I don't know again off the top of my head what RFK Jr. What his views were on COVID and the vaccine, etc. I'd be curious to know that. I'll have to look that up later.
And now he's a great guy, and he really means it. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but, Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more.
You know, oil, I'm pretty sure it comes from fossils, which comes from dinosaurs, which a lot of that party doesn't believe existed. So, where did it come from? Where'd it go? Where'd it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Why? Come on.
More than Russia. Bobby, stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby. We're going to be paying down debt. We're going to be reducing taxes. We can do things that nobody else can do.
For the rich.
Nobody else is going to be able to do it. China doesn't have what we have. Nobody has what we have. But we have the greatest people also. Maybe that's the most important thing. His campaign has been so historic in so many ways. We've built the biggest, the broadest, the most unified coalition. They've never seen anything like it in all of American history. They've never seen it. Young and old, men and women, rural and urban. And we had them all helping us tonight, when you think. I mean, I was looking at it. I was watching it. They had some great analysis of the people that voted for us. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. They came from all quarters: union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. We had,
like, didn't the Amish vote for the first time? I wonder what they were told to make them go out and vote. And also, I love how all of a sudden they want to be involved in our world. They stay to themselves, they get involved with nothing, and now all of a sudden they want to be a part of things. Interesting.
had everybody, and it was beautiful. It was a historic realignment, uniting citizens of all backgrounds around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. We want.
You know what I was just thinking too is the Amish want to get involved in this, and basically we let them do what they want to do. We let them, you know, some Amish, I'm pretty sure, don't take my word for this 100% because I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they don't have rules on like age of consent and things like that. So I mean, if they want to get involved in our politics, maybe it's time we start cracking down on the things that they do in their situation. It's just interesting to me. They want to get involved, but they, you know, like, what I have to know what they were told. What they were told probably had something to do with religion or the idea that a woman would be in charge and they just couldn't have that. But again, if they're gonna want to be involved in our world, then they need to be involved in our world and follow our laws and rules.
We want to have borders. We want to have security. We want to have things be good, safe. We want great education. We want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time.
I hope he's not insinuating that Biden had anything to do with what's going on with Israel and Palestine, because that shit's been going on and off for decades. So this is like, you roll the dice and it could have been anybody's shit. The only reason it probably didn't happen during Trump's term is because COVID.
But we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. But
And we did have a war. We had a war against a pandemic.
Democracy and for freedom.
We lost millions of people.
Together we're going to unlock America's glorious destiny. We're going to achieve the most incredible future for our people. Yesterday, as I stood at my last stop on the campaign trail, I'll never be doing a rally again. Can you believe it? I think we've done 900 rallies approximately from them. Can you imagine?
Like, he's not going to go around doing tours and shit but to get people to pat him on the back after he's done with his 4 years. Come on. You know he's going to still be rallying, but he's not going to be rallying like for presidency. He's going to be rallying to sell his garbage to be stroked off by the masses.
901 something, a lot of rallies. And it was sad. Everybody was sad. Many people, I said, this is our last rally. But now we're going on to something that's far more important, because the rallies were used for us to be put in this position where we can really help our country. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make our country better than it ever has been. And I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason.
Oh my God.
And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission.
Evangelicals are probably chiseling in their pants right now.
Together, we're going to fulfill that mission. The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me. This is a great job. There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world. Just as I did in my first term, we had a great first.
It's a power play. That's all it is. He just wants the position because it makes him feel powerful. He doesn't care about the people. He doesn't care about any of that. He just wants the power that comes with it. It's a power complex. It makes him feel big. Like, I don't know why it's not obvious to everyone.
Term, a great, great first term. I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises. Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America safe, strong, prosperous, powerful, and free again.
Pretty
and
words.
I'm asking every citizen all across our land to join me in this noble and righteous endeavor. That's what it is. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try. We're going to try. We have to try. And it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. I've seen that.
Okay.
I saw that in the first
Pretty
term
words.
when we
We'll see.
became more and more successful. People started coming together. Success is going to bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our...
He's not saying anything. He's just saying like words that are positive. Like there's no substance to it. It's things are going to be better. Things are going to be great. Things are going to be wonderful. Things are going to be this great, wonderful, fantastic, amazing. Like, bruh went through the thesaurus and was like, let's see, what are all the fucking words that are synonyms for fucking great? Bruh.
Our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it. Because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's...
What about the trans Americans? What about the LGBTQ plus Americans? What about women Americans? Who? Like, how is anything that's been proposed good for those Americans unless those Americans don't matter to you?
future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than
Bigger,
it
better,
has
bolder,
ever been
bacon
before.
bread.
God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, it's over. Alright, I paused it because I don't know. Let me mute it and see if anybody else is gonna talk. Or actually, yeah, not the dance, bro. I just muted it because I know how YouTube can be about music. Alright, it's just them, like, whatever. Okay, so we can go to the next one. We did it! We did it, Joe! Alright. Now it's on to the concession speech from Kamala Harris. Here we go. Let's do it! Significantly shorter. Yes. It's happy. At least she looks positive. I'll give it that, because I'd be mad.
Afternoon. Good afternoon. Good. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So let me say, and I love you back. And I love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright.
I don't know, bro. Like, it's kind of like, you know, when like Michelle Obama got up there and she was like, when they go low, we go high. That does nothing. It does nothing. It continues to do nothing. Like, they go low and they just continue to go low, and we keep trying to take the high road and it doesn't do anything. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop saying, well, we're the good, we're the positive. They fight dirty. That's why they win. Find a way to do the same thing. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. I like Destiny because he slings shit back at these fucking people. That's what kind of needs to be done. Being virtuous and all this does nothing. Nobody cares. I'm just so tired of the left being like the ultimate good, and then like it does nothing for us. Like, sometimes you just have to say fuck it and just meet them on their level.
As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting.
13 million Democrats did show up to the polls. So obviously there's an issue where people feel like this isn't even worth fighting for.
To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should waste the right's time with voting. I think we should, well, excuse me, with saying it was rigged, saying it was a problem, saying we don't believe this and that, and they should do recounts, and we should waste their time and be obnoxious just like they did last time. Because that's all they fucking did was talk about how it was rigged up until basically the election day. From the time Biden won to the election winning of Trump, it was rigged, it was against him, it was a problem, we needed to do recounts, there was lies, Giuliani was a piece of shit because that's what he is, period, the end. We should do it back. Be annoying, waste their fucking time, make them, don't give into this nonsense, bro.
To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue.
Also, I was just thinking, the people that were like hella pressed, they're like, well, the Democrats didn't get to pick they didn't get to vote primary for Kamala and all this. Biden was not running his second term. Let's say, God forbid, something happened to Biden, right? Harris would take his place. It's essentially what happened. Like, I don't understand why everybody's like so berderp confused. Just like if something happened to Trump, that's why Vance is there. Like, and when we voted for Biden, we voted for Kamala Harris. Like, why is this complicated? Or like, I feel like they try to find every loophole on planet to try to undermine anything that the left does. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's legit or not. They just don't care.
And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials.
Bro, when you voted, I have a question. When I voted, this was the first time this ever happened to me. They said, we need your signature and it has to match your driver's license. And I had to do it like 5 times. And that's, I guess, how they were making sure people were who they said they were. But you know what, another thing that really bothered me, and I didn't see anybody talking about this, and I don't know if this was just in Florida, but under, like, let's say, we'll talk about the abortion portion, with legalizing abortion and all that. It had the amendment, but underneath the amendment, and I'd never seen this before either, it had a very biased take on, like, if you vote for this, it literally said, like, if you vote for this, more abortions are gonna happen, and it's gonna be bad for the economy, and all this. Why is that there? Why, like, shouldn't it be, like, a non-biased thing of, like, this is what this is, not like, this is, if you vote for this, this is what this means based on our opinion. No. Like, what the fuck? Like, am I the only one to notice that? Because, like, dead ass, like, I remember looking through this and I'm like, I've never seen this before. I've never seen them break it down in a way that was so biased on one side. And then, like, in Florida, and I'm sure a lot of y'all know this, is in Florida, because of Rick Scott, you have to have 60% of the vote in order for things to get in. So I think nothing passed because everything was like over 55 but not 60, so therefore it doesn't count. Like, I don't know, like, and I know we must have voted on that also through Rick Scott, and it's like, why? That's not, they find any way to pull some bullshit. That's why they'll never abolish the Electoral College, because it favors the right too much. Because it has roots in slavery. Look it up.
I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran, and the way we ran it, Over the 107 days of this campaign, We have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us.
You see what the problem is here? And she's not going on and on about how great and wonderful and amazing and fantastic and good. She's not just throwing out like she's talking about things that matter, but you can't fucking do that in this country apparently, because we have a bunch of uneducated idiots as the majority that don't know what tariffs are. That doesn't know what an electoral college is, that doesn't understand what supreme justices are, and that Trump put in 3 and that Obama didn't get the one he was supposed to. Like, these are things like people understand politics on such a base level that hearing Trump come in with the good, great, awesome, fantastic, with no substance, they just nom.
Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election.
Oh, you mean like Trump did last time? Like the entire right did last time? What happened on January 6th last time? Was it an insurrection? Is that what happened? That's what I'm talking about. And then they admit to it now too, which is really funny.
Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition. And that—
Do you think they would have done the same for them? Do you think they would have done the same for Kamala and Wallace? Because I don't. No shit. I really don't believe that they would have made. They wouldn't have. He talks about like arresting these kind of people. Like, why do we take the high ground? I don't understand it.
We will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
for what it's worth.
A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results.
Unlike what Trump did for the last 4 years. But we voted him into office again, bro. You know, everybody talks about how if a woman won, nobody would respect us. Frankly, it's another country seeing an insurrectionist win an election. I'd imagine that makes them not respect us.
That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States.
Frankly, and I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of people when I say this, but like a lot of people must feel like, what the fuck does it matter? And I say that in terms of, we put a felon, an insurrectionist in office. Nothing that everyone did to try to get him arrested or anything else worked. Nothing. Why do we bother? Like, literally, why are we bothering? It just feels like nothing we do matters. Because, like, if you have enough money, you could buy your way out of anything. You can even buy yourself an election. You could buy yourself the presidency.
And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
Doesn't matter.
The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation, the ideals that reflect America at our best. That is a fight I will never give up.
I really gotta give her credit, bruh. Because, like, I can't imagine losing like this, right? And just still having the strength and power to keep fighting this nonsense. Like, you have to be so strong-willed.
I will never give up the fight for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations.
But only if you're men.
Where the women of America have the freedom to make decisions about their own body and not have...
We did. That's what's so annoying about this. We did. It's not like we never did and we fought for, like, we've been fighting to get this. We had these rights. Like, we had Roe v. Wade. But now it's fucking, like, the fact that we could just get rid of things. How come we can get rid of that, but we can't do anything about the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms, specifically with assault rifles? Why can't we do anything about that? But we can get rid of rights for women.
Their government telling them what to do. We will never give up.
Y'all voted for the side, y'all say you don't want government in your lives, but you'll vote for the side that wants to take away a woman's right to choose. Like, I just cannot believe. Like, y'all say you don't want government in your life, but you want government to get in between a woman and what she does with her body. Be serious.
The fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence.
They're probably going to make those a little more lax now, too. Or be like, well, maybe we should let the other students carry, so this way they can protect themselves. Maybe we should actually have shooting classes in schools, so, you know, they know how to defend themselves.
And America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy, for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and upheld. And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives.
If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking to see if there's anything in the chat. I only have one monitor. I'm just starting out, bruh. So I have my phone with the chat up on the side. So that's where I'm looking. And then if I'm not looking like directly at the camera, it's because I'm getting used to this, to be completely honest. I get a little nervous. I fiddle with like things with my fingers. So it's not like I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to focus and not be terrified of doing this. I'm feeling more comfortable so far, but we'll get there. We will get there.
By treating one another with kindness and respect. By looking in the face of a stranger and seeing a neighbor. By always using our...
But only if they're white. Joke. I'm making fun of...
our strength to lift people up, to fight for the dignity that all people deserve. The fight for our freedom will take hard work, but like I always say, we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work. And the fight for our country is always worth it. It is always worth it.
How do we fight for something when half our country clearly has some kind of mental disability? Like, maybe we really do need to put more money into education. But I don't think the right normally does that. I think that's more of a left thing, so keep them stupid so they'll keep voting for us.
To the young people who are watching, it is...
To the young people who are watching, why didn't you vote is what I have to assume, because those numbers ain't numbering.
I love you. To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while.
It takes a while. The thing is, when we fight, we fought already for, like, Roe v. Wade. We fought for this already. We fought for women's rights already. They were taken from us. Taken away. And there's like, what, now we have to fight for it again? Why? Like, why is that okay? I don't...
That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win.
I don't know how many times we gotta lose.
The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you...
We don't have power as long as the Electoral College is still... needs to be abolished. Needs to be... The vote should be from the people. Period. There is no reason we should be using that archaic system.
Something is impossible because it has never been done before.
But it has!
You have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair. This is not a time to throw up our hands. This is a time to roll up our sleeves. This is
And do what?
a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged for the sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build together.
You know how scary it is to... Like, I can't imagine, right? You try to imagine what it must be like for, like, let's say a trans person who finally has all these rights, we're finally treating trans people in a good way. I mean, not everybody. Some people are absolute garbage. I get that. But, you know, you feel comfortable being who you truly are now and expressing that and everything. And now that you're out like this, to have it taken from you. So now you have nowhere to hide. Now you're just out in the open. You must be terrifying. I can't even imagine. It's bad enough for women, but I cannot imagine what this is like for trans people and how they must feel. They must be mortified. Seriously.
Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor, and throughout my career, I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm and great pain, and yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand, to fight for justice, to fight for themselves, to fight for others. So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination be our charge. And I'll close with this. There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars.
Such a beautiful thing to say, right? And you know what kills me is like, it feels like if she were a man, people would have been like in awe. I don't give a shit what's between someone's legs. I just care about what's in their heart, right? Why is the other side and so many people so pressed about what's between someone's legs? Like, or like, it feels like everything comes down to just like power and sex. It's gross. It's fucking gross. Like, I don't understand.
The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service. HU. And may that work guide us, even in the face of setbacks, toward the extraordinary promise of the United States.
I'm pretty sure other countries right now have more rights than we do, now that they're taking away some of ours.
Of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
We're supposed to be the freest country in the world. Keep that in mind. The freest country in the world, but we're taking people's rights away. Not so free anymore.
Thank you all.
Very nice. Let's watch. Very nice. So next, we're gonna be watching Biden's address, and then we'll probably be done for today. If anybody cares to watch this or watch if I make it into segments or whatever, and anyone gives a crap, then maybe I will start posting more often. I just don't know what to post about, and I just have so many opinions and thoughts when it comes to politics, and I feel like there should be, like, there's so many men in this space. I just feel like there needs to be more women. And yeah, like, I look like garbage, but like, how many men roll out of their fucking bed and start streaming and nobody gives a shit? So I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. I just, my family has always been very big in politics, specifically my grandfather. And I don't know, I always felt like I have especially with like the whole thing with Giuliani and how he rose to power with all this, and I knowing what a crook he is to put it. It's been not great, and I don't know, I feel like it's my duty to kind of express that, talk about it. Especially seeing people that were so involved in the corruption of New York in the 80s become such influential figures. Disturbing. Alright, so let's do it. I heard this situation with Biden is, I heard he is hype or something. Let's get into it. Yes! He had some pep in his step today.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Thank you, please. Thank you. Good to see this cabinet and the staff together here. Thank you.
I'm glad he could be cheery, bro.
Thank you, please. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you all. Particularly good to see my granddaughter sitting in the front row here.
Cute.
Hi, Finn. How are you, honey? For over 200 years, America has carried on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday, I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I'd direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. That's what the American people deserve. Yesterday, I also spoke with Vice President Harris. She's been a partner and a public servant. She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much, her character. She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character. She gave her whole heart and effort, and she and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran. You know, the struggle for the soul of America, since our very founding, has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions.
Bro, when he is on, he is on. Like where was this during... Where was this Joe during the fucking debates? Bruh.
The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win.
You mean we can't cause an insurrection like they did last time? You mean we can't storm the Capitol like they did last time?
You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries.
Nope. People want to take my rights away. That's a problem. That's a problem. I'm not going to be okay with someone who doesn't think I have the right to choose. I'm not going to be okay with someone who thinks trans people shouldn't exist. I'm not going to be okay with someone who thinks people who are gay can't marry each other. Like, there is a list of things. Like, I cannot be okay with that. I just... Morally, like, I just cannot be okay with that.
But as fellow Americans, bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system.
Thank you. Yes, 100%. But no, don't worry. It's real and it works because Trump won this time. Shit needs to be called out for what it is, and it's bullshit.
It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose. I also hope we can restore the respect.
Still need to abolish the Electoral College. It's garbage, and it only favors the right.
For all our election workers who busted their necks and took risks at the outset, we should thank them. Thank them for staffing voting sites, counting the votes, protecting the very integrity of the election. Many of them are volunteers who do it simply out of love for their country. And as they did their duty as citizens, I will do my duty as president. I'll fulfill my oath, and I will honor the Constitution. On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America. To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people.
Because the left doesn't act like fucking animals. Just, you know, the right calls themselves, the MAGA supporters or whatever, call themselves patriots. And that they love America. If you love America and you're a patriot, you do not storm the Capitol. You just don't. It's called like like look it up. Look up the definition of things. Like understand when you do things like and then they're like, "Well, I'm treated like garbage in prison." You're lucky you weren't offed for treason. Like you should be counting your blessings. You weren't treated nice in prison. Boo-hoo. Other countries would not have been so nice to you. The countries that y'all seem to like so much, that take away rights from women, that take away rights from, you know, different like LGBTQIA. Like it's just like you're not a true American. You're not a patriot.
People have been hanging out with me for the last 4 years. God love you, as my mother would say. Thank you so much. You put so much into the past 4 years. I know it's a difficult time. You're hurting. I hear you and I see you. But don't forget all that we accomplished. It's been a historic presidency. Not because I'm president, because what we've done, what you've done. A presidency for all Americans. Much of the work we've done.
That's what makes him a good president. It's not about him. He never makes it about himself. Like when he passed the torch to Kamala and he wasn't going to run again. You know how hard it must have been for him to put his pride away and say, this is for the country? The fact that people didn't see that is just an immense duty to the American people, and just things like that is just incredible to me. And now I see people getting mad at Joe Biden for stepping down when all of them told him to. Everyone told him to. Everyone said, oh, he needs to. He's not going to win against it. All they do is call him a senile old man. Ba, ba, ba. He has to step down. He'll never win. And now y'all want to blame him for stepping down? The audacity of some people
is already being felt by the American people, but the vast majority of it will not be felt over the next 10 years. We have legislation we passed that's just only now just really kicking in. We're going to see over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure work done.
Don't worry, Trump's going to take credit for it, though. Don't you worry.
Changing people's lives in rural communities and communities that are in real difficulty.
You know what? I don't think 4 years is enough, really, because every time, like by the time the things they do pass, it's another president's thing. I mean, like sometimes you get lucky and you get it back to back, like with Obama. But for the most part, it's usually like they can't do enough in the 4 years. And the things that they do more affect the president coming in than anything else. And then they could take fucking credit for it, so.
Because it takes time to get it done. And so much more it's going to take time. But it's there. The road ahead is clear, assuming we sustain it. There's so much we can get done and will get done based on the way the legislation was passed. And it's truly historic. You know, we're leaving behind the strongest economy in the world. I know people are still hurting, but things are changing rapidly. Together, we've changed America for the better. Now we have 74 days to finish the term.
Also, people are so concerned about illegals, blah, blah, blah. We should be talking about how rapidly technology is taking over jobs that normally people would do. I mean, you go to the grocery store. No, you see it. There used to be cashier after cashier after cashier. Now it's one person watches over a bunch of electronic cashiers, basically. And it don't even like get me started on the fact that we're basically doing the work by bagging. And it's not like we're getting the money back on that, or we're like making some kind. No, I mean it makes sense at Aldi because they are cheaper, but like at every other grocery store, no. I think Publix is like, at least in my area, Publix is like the only one that still has like cashiers.
Our turn. Let's make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it in your lives. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. We all get knocked down. But the measure of our character, as my dad would say, is how quickly we get back up. Remember, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. We lost this battle. The America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up. That's the story of America for over 240 years and counting. It's a story for all of us, not just some of us.
Biden's an American. He's a patriot. He is a patriot. And to be like completely real, like, and I'm not just saying this because he's a Democrat, like Pence is a patriot. McCain was a patriot. They are American patriots. Trump is selfish and power hungry, and he does not care about you. He cares about making money. He cares about the power this gives him. And he cares about making everyone love him no matter what he says or does. He thrives on being treated like a god. So does Elon Musk. Shit attracts shit. Like, it's just an insurrection, and taking part in one is an unforgivable, unpatriotic act. And the fact that, like, nobody seems to care about that in this country is extremely troubling.
The American experiment endures. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going. And above all, we need to keep the faith. I'm so proud to have worked with all of you. I really mean it. I sincerely mean it. God bless you all. God bless America. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
He's like America's grandpa. What's not to love? I don't know where this Biden was on election, or not, excuse me, on during the debates. But I think didn't he say he was like sick or something like that? I think he did. I don't think anybody watched this, so that's honestly fine. I might break it into segments. If not, I'll leave up the live stream. Please comment, please like. If you think I was entertaining you, or you enjoyed anything I said, or you agree with me, I just felt like there should be a woman also doing the shit that the men do. Not that there aren't already, but I don't know. People need to talk about this kind of stuff. People need to have discussions about this stuff. And I just felt kind of obligated to do so, especially with my background, and especially with how much I hate Giuliani, and he's probably going to be involved in this somehow. And I just cannot stomach it, not even for a second. But yeah, thank you for watching. I can't believe I finally did it. We did it, Joe. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye. If I can figure it out. Come on.